Hey folks, welcome to Module 2. In this module, our expert will be covering the various web design tools and platforms out there. So get ready to take some notes and let's jump right in.
All right, so the first tool or platform we're going to look at is WordPress. Now, WordPress bills itself as an easy front-end web builder, and it's really not. It's not. It's the most popular web design and development platform out there. However, that's largely because of marketing. The fact is, WordPress is kind of a pain. WordPress requires a whole lot of back-end stuff. There's not really a whole lot of front-end designing that you can do. And it's overall just not the easiest website builder out there. However, it is the one that most people use for whatever reason. It's the one that you'll most likely use if you're working as an agency, making websites for clients, or making websites for yourself. And the reason most people end up going with WordPress is because they find other WordPress-related things that they want to use, namely themes and plugins. And that is, in fact, a very good benefit of WordPress. There are a ton of free and paid themes and plugins that you can utilize to do all sorts of great stuff on your website. The most popular place to come for WordPress themes is probably Envato Marketplace's themeforest.net. Now, this is an incredibly large library of themes. All sorts of good stuff. E-commerce themes, blog themes, restaurant themes, local businesses and services themes. There's a ton of amazing stuff here. And typically what people do is they find themes like this when they're researching about building a website. They find one that's nice, they find out that it's for WordPress, and so they go the WordPress route. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just want you to understand that WordPress still is not the most easy thing out. But that's basically how this works. You pick a theme like this one, for example. This is for photography businesses, and the theme comes with pre-built templates for all the pages and stuff, and you stick those into WordPress and you activate them, and then you can use them. Now, there's also builders. Okay, builders in WordPress are typically plugins, and the most popular one out there is Thrive Architect. Thrive Architect. Now, Thrive Architect is a pretty neat plugin, a neat website builder for WordPress, because it takes WordPress's back-end designing and it totally puts it on the back burner so you don't have to worry about it, and you just build on the front end. It's very neat. A lot of people are starting to use this one. There are some other drag and drop front end web design plugins out there, kind of like Thrive Architect. Thrive Architect is probably the smoothest, the easiest. It bills itself as the fastest because it's very optimized speed-wise. And let's have a look at an example of editing a Thrive page really quick here. So this is one of Thrive Architects or Thrive Themes included templates that you can use with Thrive Architect. And as you can see, it's actual drag and drop, column-based drag and drop. So there's debate around whether or not column-based should be considered drag and drop, technically speaking. But when you edit text, you're doing so on the front end. What you see is what you get. There's the acronym WYSIWYG was applied to the old WordPress builder, but it's not really WYSIWYG. This really is WYSIWYG right here. What you see literally is what you get. You can actually see what's happening as you're creating and moving things around. You can change the size of columns between items and so on and so forth. So it's a pretty user-friendly builder. Now you still have to worry about all the other WordPress stuff. You still have to go into the WordPress backend to set up your navigations and your menus and your photo hosting and your all the other good stuff. However, the actual building and design process is much easier with a plugin like Thrive Architect. So that sums up the WordPress side of things. Let's look at some non-WordPress web design options that are out. First up is Weebly. Now, Weebly is pretty well known. Weebly's been around since at least about 2008, 2009. They started much more simple, obviously. They were well known for being an easy drag and drop builder, though, a theme or template-based drag and drop builder. Weebly is a great option for people who are just starting out. They're not interested in messing with a bunch of back-end development stuff. They literally just want an easy front-end drag and drop builder. So let's have a look at another example site here. Just to give you an idea, it's very similar to that other plugin we looked at called Thrive Architect. Okay, it's drag and drop, it's column based, so you can change the size of columns, the width and stuff. It's the different elements are what make up the page. So there's text elements, headline elements, image elements. You can resize images right there on the page. It's very, very easy to use for pretty much anyone. This is the ultimate grandma's web design studio, if you will, and everything's accessible right here. These are all the elements that you can utilize, and again, it being template based, it's very simple to use. You just grab a template and then replace everything with your own stuff. So that's Weebly. Definitely an excellent option. Now let's have a look at Wix. Now Wix is an incredible builder because Wix is actual true drag and drop. It started off way back in the old days as a Flash-based builder, and then it switched to HTML5, but it used HTML5 in such an advanced way that it retained the true drag and drop. And what true drag and drop means is this. Not column-based, no columns, no rows, no blocks. It's actual drag and drop. Now that might be a little bit intimidating to some people if they're new to web design. Some people actually find comfort in knowing that everything's already symmetrically lined out in columns, and that's fine. However, if you like a little bit more in the way of artistic freedom, then Wix is arguably the best option out there. It's very, very easy to create things inside of Wix. It's real drag and drop. There's no adjusting columns and width. You just adjust the size of elements and put them literally exactly where you want them. So that's the three main tools for building websites. You've got WordPress, which is based on themes and plugins, and you import a theme that you like and you change things inside of it, and you still do have to worry about a little bit of back-end development type stuff, but it's not the end of the world. If you want to avoid all that, you've got Weebly, which is a front-end drag and drop but column and block based builder, which is still quite easy to use, lots of templates to choose from. And then you've got Wix, which is very similar. However, it's, again, real drag and drop. Actual real position, fluid, liquid drag and drop. And that sums up our overview of common web design tools and platforms for this lesson. Now we're going to get into actually designing a page step by step, and we're going to be utilizing Wix to do that in the next module.